And thank you for letting go of your Saturday evening to listen to people you've never met before and to be inspired. My main focus for this evening and everything that I speak is for you, to inspire you, to motivate you, and to make you realize that anything is possible. And I say this because I made my life possible within a space of about 3 months. Now I'm going to go back to when I first met who I call my Diamond Lady. I always refer to her as my Diamond Lady. I met her soon after I also met another amazing Diamond Lady who's my friend Amanda Dawes. She's sitting over there.
Hi Amanda.
I've already told her she's going to be the next speaker. So I met my lovely Diamond Lady in December 2017, and I was helping my best friend Amanda with her business. And the time that I was helping Amanda, it was still a really, really, really bad time of my life. And Amanda was an amazing friend who helped me get myself out there. And at the time that I met my Diamond Lady, I was still really, really deep in depression, severe depression. And I was involved helping Amanda with a Christmas event. It just got me out of the house. That's all I wanted, just to be out of the house. And when I met my Diamond Lady, we spoke about what I was going through, and she told me that she helps people with mental health. And I was really down, and I was kind of laying down all the problems to her, hoping that she'll solve my problems, because that's what I did. I spoke to anybody that would hear me to see if they could solve my problems, because I thought that somebody else would give me that magic pill. And we said we'd keep in contact and we'd swap numbers. And because of where Henriette was, and because she didn't give me that magic pill, I continued to shut myself away. So that was December 2017, and at that time, I was in a moment of actually bringing myself back up. I didn't know it was happening yet, but I was. But what I want to do is I want to go back to how I felt and what actually happened to me. But before I do, I'm sure you all want to know who I am. My name is Diamond Ecoute, if you can go on to the next slide. And I am unique. That's one thing that I know. I am a mother to a beautiful 15-year-old daughter that's over there. I'm a self-healer because God healed me, of course, but it was the goddess inside me that helped me to heal, so I believe I'm a self-healer. I'm a warrior because I overcame so many challenges, and challenges that I never thought I could. And I'm a lover of life. I love life. I never did before, but I do. I really love life now. So I was born in Mozambique, Africa, and I lived in Portugal from the age of 3 years old to the age of 10, and I moved over to London with my amazing mum, and at the time she had my 2 brothers, my older brother and my younger brother. My annoying sister over there, she still wasn't born yet. So the journey which I want to share with you was always smooth until then. I had the support of my family. I didn't have a bad childhood, apart from my mum being really, really strict on me, which is the case for most African families and Caribbean families. That was the only thing, but I always was very independent. My mum brought me up to be independent because she was always independent. We never really had a man around. And she was the kind of mother that if you're a woman, you have to be in the house cooking and cleaning. You can't go out and play, but the boys were allowed to. And I always felt like, why can my brothers go out and play and I can't? Why is there such a difference? I didn't like it. And for years, I loved my mum, but at the same time I didn't like her because she didn't let me do the things that I wanted to do. So at the age of 18, I decided to leave home and start my life. I said, Mum, I'm going to rent out my own place and I'm going to leave. My mum didn't want me to go, but I knew the only way I was going to have my freedom was to leave the house, because every year my mum would say, when you're this age, you can go out to parties. That year would come, it would never happen. So then the next year would come, okay, when you're this age, then you can go to a party, but you have to be home by 9:30 in the evening. I'm like, Mum, the party's just beginning. So why that the only way to get my freedom was to move out, and I moved out at the age of 18, and I was pretty much very responsible from such a young age because I learned from the best. I learned from my mother. So, to go forward, I did everything. I worked in the corporate world, in financial services. I was renting my own one bedroom. I was independent. I was partying. I was discovering life. But I was always very, very responsible. And I remember one thing that my mum was afraid of. She said, when you leave the home, you're going to get pregnant. But because of my upbringing, I knew that wasn't going to happen. And I didn't. At the age of 23, I did fall pregnant to someone I was with for a very long time. And my mum was very happy. She was the one that was like, I can't wait. She was the one pushing me and saying, when are you going to give me a grandchild? So she gave me I gave her my beautiful daughter. So years went through and I was always doing a 9 to 5. And I believed that I just needed to pay my bills, to work and pay my bills and have fun. So that's the only life I knew, which is what my mum taught me. I didn't realise that I could do so much more as an entrepreneur. So when my daughter became around 10 years old, I got made redundant twice from 2 jobs. The first one I got made redundant in, I was a PA to a director, and I was doing really well. I was earning 30 grand a year, and I was training a team of administrators. I still felt like every single job that I did, I never felt I was good enough. I never felt like I just felt like I was winging it. Does anybody here feel like they've been in a job and they're just winging it? Can you put your hands up? Yeah, you're just doing it, but you don't really know it. So I did that for many years. So when I got made redundant, I think it was in around 2012, it was the second job I was in, and I started going to fitness weekenders, and I really enjoyed the fitness side of things, working out, and I loved the instructors and how that inspired loads of people. And I looked at them, I was like, I want to be like you. I want to be up there looking good and feeling good and making people feel good. So I thought, I'm going to do a gym instructor course. So I did an online gym instructor course while I was in my last job as a PA to London recycling company, and I couldn't stand the CEO, and I decided that I didn't want to leave that job, but at the same time, because I've been made redundant, I have to be careful. So redundancies came again, and because I was the highest paid PA in there, of course I was going to be the one to be let go first. But you know what, I was happy, because I was like, I hate this job. I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it. So, yeah, let me go. So when he decided to let me go, and I was sitting in that meeting room, and he's like, Nels, I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to let you go. I really enjoy it. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, just hurry up and tell me what I need to go. And he gave me a week's notice. And at the particular moment, because I'm so honest, and I'm such an honest person, I decided to be honest about how he treated his staff. And he said, Nelsa, I'm really thankful that you've told me how you feel, because nobody did. Everybody goes behind my back and does things, and I don't really know how they're feeling. You are the only woman that was able to turn around and tell me what I've done wrong so I can fix it. So I did something for him, he did something for me by letting me go. So, gym instructors, I thought, okay, I'm going to give up, I've been made redundant, I'm not going to work now, I'm going to start being a fitness instructor, I'm going to earn loads of money, because I had no idea how much fitness instructors earned. I just knew I wanted to do it. This is the thing about me, I don't think, I just act, and then the thinking comes afterwards. Which, to be honest with you, is not a bad thing, because sometimes you have to act, take action. If you think too much, you end up stuck in it. So I decided I was going to start my own business, but unfortunately, sadly, my grandmother ended up in hospital very suddenly. And that was a shock to all of us, because she was extremely healthy. And when she ended up in hospital, me being a responsible daughter that I am and granddaughter, I thought, you know what, I now need to go back into a job to help my family with the funeral costs and everything that's going on. So I got scared, like Nazreen was saying, and straight away I was like, I need to go back into a job, I need to earn money. So I managed to find a job in Bank of America in Canary Wharf. I thought, oh, Bank of America, that's good, I'm going to earn good money. I wasn't happy about going back into the corporate world, but I knew I had to help my family. So I went back and I hated it. I hated wearing the dresses again and coming off my gym gear. I hated, being there, being told to be somewhere at 9 o'clock. Being told what to do. My mum will tell you, I don't like being told you can guide me, but don't tell me what to do because that ain't gonna work. So I was being told to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning and leave at 5. And I was surrounded by these young girls that were doing the same job as me. Now I had the experience of being in PA from since I was 18, and at this time I think I was 31, 32. There was this one 21-year-old that was doing the same job as me. She hadn't graduated yet, and she told me she was earning the same amount as I was because I had to take a big drop of money. When I realized she was earning the same amount of money as me, but she had no experience, I realized my worth, and I thought, I'm not going to sit here filing, recruiting people, doing stuff that is going to get me nowhere just for a low income, and I'm losing time with my daughter. So I gave it up. I just gave it up. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just gave it up, and I went on benefits. When I told my family, they were more scared for me than I was for myself because I'm a risk taker. I take risks. So went on to benefits, stayed in benefits for 6 months, did my little, personal training, started doing big camps with friends and stuff like that. Nothing that was making a consistent amount of money, but I was happy with the deal that I had because the bonus was, and my daughter was really happy. She was like, oh yeah, mommy, I get to be with you every day. At one point she was like, mommy, why can't you be a teacher so I can see you every day? And I used to say, you know what, baby, I love you, but I don't really want to see you every day. So that happened, and within 6 months of being on job seekers allowance, there was an opportunity to go into NEA, New Enterprise Allowance. So if anyone here is on benefits, don't be ashamed because there's a reason why you're there. And in that time, you can really realize your worth and what you can do. So I entered the New Enterprise Allowance, and it was a transition from benefits into a business. So I registered what I called 5-Star Physique, which was a personal training business. I wasn't a personal trainer yet, but I registered a personal training business. That's how confident I was in myself because I knew where I was going to go even before I went there. So I then started emailing different gyms, asking them to teach classes, and I got a few qualifications here and there. So I started teaching a couple of gyms, but then somebody told me that a new gym was going to be open just before the London Olympics called University of East London, and they needed instructors to teach classes. So I went to see them on an opening day. I saw the lady that does all the courses, and I said to her, can you give me some classes to teach? She said, yeah, I can give you one as a trial. I said, no, I want 6 classes. She said, why do you want 6 classes? I said, because I want to do 6 classes. She said, but we need to give you a trial first, and once you get the trial, and then I said, no, I want 6 classes. So we negotiated, and I got 6 classes. So I was teaching there, and then I got an opportunity to do my personal training course for free, because I was still in low income. So I took the advantage of being on low income to see what I could get from the government. There's no shame in it. I wasn't ashamed because I knew I was going to get somewhere. So my family probably don't know this. So I was teaching classes in a gym, pushing people really hard. And then the manager came to me because so many people liked the way I was with them and how engaging I was with people. And they said, oh, we need freelance personal trainers. Would you consider being one? I said, yeah, of course I would. He goes, okay, the requirements are that you need to give us your qualifications. I didn't have a qualification as a personal trainer yet, but I was on the way to getting it. So and then he said, the rent would be £400 a month. I said, oh, that's nothing, because most gyms charge about £800 a month. So I thought, oh, this is a bargain. It's close to home. I could drive there. So he said, we'd like you to start as a personal trainer at such a date. Now, I failed my first personal training exam, so I went for the next one, and I knew that I was going to get it, and I studied hard. When you want something so badly, you do whatever it takes. And because I failed my first one, it's because I'm not a written person, and I was trying to learn by writing, and every single person has a different learning skill. Mine's visual, so I started watching YouTube videos about everything that was in exams, and I passed the exams. And the score was, I think it was, you needed to get 37, and my teacher called me the next day and he's like, Nelza, I've got some news to tell you. I was confident I passed, but he called me and was like, Nelza, I've got some news to tell you. It's not good news. And I swore at him. I went, what the F? What do you mean? I studied hard, I did everything I needed to do. Don't tell me that. he's like, I'm really sorry, you know, you're going to have to do it again. I said, no, I need this qualification because I'm going to start this job as a personal trainer. I can't start until I do. And he's like, so what do you think you went wrong? And he made me sweat. I did this and I did that. And he goes, Nelza, you had the highest score out of everybody. You actually got, I think, 35 out of 37. So that was it. So when I went to the gym and the manager came to me and said, Nelza, we need your qualification for you to start. I was like, yeah, I can give it to you now. I've got it. So that's how I started. And then I started training women to transform their bodies and their relationship with their bodies. And it wasn't about how they felt, it was more about how they looked. So I did a 90-day program that I could get you from looking like this, to looking like that. And women loved it. I tried to train a couple of men, but sorry guys, but your interest is somewhere else when it comes to training. You want to go hard, you want to hit hard, you know, and most of the time you don't want a woman to tell you what to do. So I can focus on just women that I was relatable with, and I gave them amazing results. Okay. So we're going to wrap it up because I'm going too much into my past. So my fall was, if you can go to the next one, the fall was, after 2 years, I'm motivated and inspiring women to transform their lives. Physical appearance led me to being a fitness trainer, a fitness model. Now with that, I had to train 5 times a week. And I was also teaching high intensity classes and training 10 clients a week. I was loving it. I was living a life. I really was enjoying it. And I had to change my diet to a bodybuilder's diet. That's when it all went wrong. Ladies, diets don't work. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I was packed with amazing muscle, an amazing athletic body, but along with the muscle, I experienced anxiety, insomnia, and depression. If you go to the next slide, that was me. That wasn't January 2013, that was September 2012. I had men coming up to me and saying, why do you want to look that muscly? And I had women coming to me and saying, you look amazing, but your arms are too big. I didn't care what people thought because I looked good, but I felt like shit. Sorry, Mum, for swearing. Next slide. So I saw psychiatrists, psychotherapists, endocrinologists, gynecologists, every single weird person that you can think of, but I refused to accept that a pill would fix me. And I was given a pill within 5 minutes of telling the doctor how I felt. He said, you're depressed, take a pill. My mum can say I was so stubborn, and she hated that I was so stubborn, but the stubbornness in me knew that a pill couldn't fix me, that I had the solution inside me, I just had to find it. So I searched for natural solutions. I spent thousands of pounds seeking professionals from other countries. They kept on putting me on diets. They said it was this, that, and the other. I continued researching on the internet. I was stuck to the internet. Every illness you think about now, I can give you a solution because I'm like a walking Google right now. My mum hated it. So I tried church, prayer, meditation, exercise, yoga, hypnotherapy, crazy diets that just led me into the worst position ever. Next slide. So these were my symptoms, I won't go into it. But one thing that I can say is in terms of negative thoughts and suicidal thoughts, this is probably going to hurt my daughter, but every day she would go to school, I would say that's going to be the last time she's going to see me. But my mum's strength kept me going. And her strength always kept me going because she always said, and I'm going to skip a little bit, she always said, I know what you're going through, but I have faith that you're going to overcome. And when you do, you're going to be better than every single one of us. And that faith from my mum kept me going because I knew that faith that my mum had for me, I had to have and pass on to my daughter. So I knew I couldn't give up. I couldn't give up for my daughter, and I couldn't give up for my family. Because I knew there was something inside me for the right moment, and I just had to just hold on, and I kept on holding on. So I went to see a psychiatrist, and in 2017, this is where the major transformation started. And I know I'm going over, but if you can bear with me, I really want to get to the story. So the psychiatrist discharged me, and he said, Nelza, I'm really glad that you've not accepted any medication, because if you did, you wouldn't be this person standing before me. I see someone who can still put makeup on, who can still talk, who can still focus. You don't need no pill. Do you know what you need? And he said to me, I'll probably get sacked for saying this. He said, you need to start your business, you need to start enjoying life, and you need to drink a glass of wine and be happy. I looked at him and I thought, are you crazy? Is that what I need to do? But then he said, don't have more than one glass because it leads you into depression, and then you've got the lower and so he said, just one glass. And I was like, this guy is crazy. Like, I've tried all of this before, and it's not worked. And then I was afraid that if he discharged me, I'll end up in a mental home, because I thought I was mentally ill. I thought I had all these physical problems, when a lot of it was just spiritual, and it was all in my mind. So I started to see a psychologist, and he was Italian. And because I couldn't understand his accent, it made me actually focus on what he was saying. And one of the things I had a lot of issues is I couldn't focus on what people were saying long enough to understand. I'll go into my own mental thoughts and how am I going to fix this? I was on overdrive on how I was going to fix it. So the psychologist, being Italian, made me have to listen to his every single word. And he said, Nelza, it was really funny, he was a bit gayish. It was really funny, he used to say, Nelza, what's your values? And I said, my values, socializing, is being out with my family and my friends, is organising parties, because I'm the first one to organise every party that my friends and my family has. It's being there for my family and my friends. That was my values. And he said, Nelza, what are you doing to get you closer to your values? I can understand you don't sleep and you're tired, but what are you doing to get you closer to your values? And I said, nothing. I'm too tired to go out. It's like, I understand you're tired, but if you don't move, you're not going to change. So what's your values? So we decided what my values were. And my values, I had to focus on what I loved, my family and my friends and my business. I had to be who I wanted to be. And I realized that I am the solution, and I just needed to start moving forward. Next slide. I decided to start doing what I love regardless of how I felt. So if I felt crap, I would do it anyway. And I started to do that. And my family started seeing more of me, and they started to slowly see the changes. So I did all of these things, and I started eating foods that I restricted myself from. That was a big problem. If I went to my mum's house and my mum was using vegetable oil, I'd be over that sink going, Mum, don't use that, that's not good. Sister, don't eat that, that's not good. And they hated me for it, because they knew before that I loved food. And when I started dieting and getting mentally ill because of the diets, I became picky on everything that I ate. I wanted it, but everything was bad. So no matter what, I was going to rise. So in December 2017, where I met my diamond lady, I began to thank God for everything, no matter what. Because I met this amazing man when I went to get my hair done. Amanda referred me to her niece, and I went to get my hair done. And this amazing man, who is a godly man, said to me, he was suffering from mental health. He tried to commit suicide, and he's on medication now, but he said, God saved me. He lost his life, but he was still happy. He lost his job, and he was so happy. And he said, all you got to do, Nelza, is thank God. And I said, I gave up on God in October. He's done nothing for me. I've gone to all these different churches, and he's done nothing for me. What's the point of me praying now? He said, don't pray, just thank God for the good and the bad. Even if you had 1 hour sleep, thank God. And that's what I did. And I kept on thanking God for 1 hour sleep. Thank you, God, that I'm alive. Thank you, God, that today is going to be amazing. Even if I didn't feel it, because the difference between now and then was that I used to wake up and go, today's going to be a crap day. Today I'm not going to get in bed. And you get what you ask for. Yes. You get who you say and what you say you are. And I was getting that exactly. That was my life. So I kept on thanking God, but then the more I thanked God, then I wanted to pray. and ask him and have conversations with him. And at those moments I realized that the God is not up there and he's not at the back there. God is here. So I started to actually realize I am is God. So if I am, then I am, and I can create. So I realized that the conversations were with myself, the goddess that's inside me. Then I started to ask God to help specific people, be really specific. So I would pray, help my mum with this condition. She's suffering from this, I want you to do this for her. So I was very specific as to what he wanted, because before I would pray for him to take my pain away, but God didn't know what I wanted in return. So God can't take away something not knowing what you want him to give you. So I needed to be specific. Say, God, I don't want this situation, but I want that situation. So I started to actually ask what I want God to give my people and people that I was praying for. But then one day the transformation came and I said this exact prayer. I went on my knees, I turned on my light and my candle that my mom told me that's what she does. So I started doing what she told me. And I said, God, I don't care about my health anymore and what's going on with me. Just bless me so I can be a blessing to others. And that's when I began to rise. I connected with my eternal source, the God that lives within me. I connected with people. I became interested in people's stories. It wasn't about my stories anymore, it was about people. I became interested in myself and others. I would listen to the most silliest and most boring stories, and to me they were amazing because I was living life for the first time like I'd been born again. That's what born again means. It's not going dipped into a water and you're born again. No, it's about being born to a new life. Just like a baby is born and they discover they're amazed, that's what being reborn was. And I felt like I was reborn, like I was learning everything again. And I began to love myself, and God brought the right people to love me back. He brought me an amazing man. He had been my friend for over 5 years. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. And he helped me change. He brought me Amanda, who's my beautiful best friend now. And he reconnected me with my support system, who was always my family. But they were always there, but I still felt alone. And God helped me to reconnect with them again. And I received that spiritual connection. But there was one thing that I did for myself. And I encourage you guys, it might be a bit silly, but everybody did the same. Stand in front of a mirror, fully naked. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Even the parts that you don't like. A woman came to me and said, I don't like my cellulite, how do I get rid of it? I looked at her and I said, love your cellulite. She said, what? I said, love it. I said, I love my cellulite. Because you can't change something unless you love it first. So I started to look at myself, and I didn't see the tired eyes anymore. I didn't see the bloated belly. I saw a beautiful belly. I saw sparkling eyes, and I started for the first time. If you go into the next picture, and then I stopped trying to be perfect, because perfection was always in my book, and I started to embrace and be me. Yeah? So in 26th of January 2018, I registered my business to guide and support women and teen girls suffering with mental health, anxiety, and everything that comes with it as a life coach, and I wasn't a life coach yet. I was still not 100%, I still wasn't sleeping, but I wanted to help others because God had given me that blessing. So in February 2018, I was a changed woman. I lost 10 kgs without trying. I was happy. I was focused. The sleep was still a little bit up and down, but I knew that was going to come. So I started to love myself. I loved others, and I just loved others. I kept saying love others. So Free2embraceme was born. Next slide. So this picture, it was the first. Before that, I always used to cover myself in black. And it was my friend's birthday in February, and I wanted to make an appearance and to feel good with myself. So I wore this dress, my sister took the picture, and I had no makeup on, and I was looking in the mirror, and what I saw in the mirror was completely different to what I'd seen all those years. I saw beauty, and as you can see, the quote is, she can see her most hidden beauties mirrored back to her eyes, and there's nothing more valuable. I saw the beauty inside of me because I had it all along. Next slide. So, to give you guys, because this isn't just about me, it's about what can you guys do. So to give you the 6 very simple steps that you can do is pray. Don't pray to somebody up there. Pray, conversate with yourself. You can't say God, say I would like this, I am this, I want this. Because you're talking to God. But if it feels right for you, say God, thank you first. This is the changes, these are the problems. How can I solve them? Don't ask, what should I do? Say how. Because when you say how, the answers come out of nowhere. Through people, through quotes, through inspiration, through everything. Just ask how. Then I started to fill my mind with God's word, positive words. I spoke life into every part of my body. And that's the thing that we need to do. We need to speak, as the Bible says, speak into existence. I am amazing. I am strong. I am the solution. You have to speak words. There's no negative words in my vocabulary. If I feel someone is being negative, I push myself away from them. If I can't help them in some way, and help them to see my positiveness, I pull myself away from them until they're ready to come to me. So speaking the right positive words. I challenged myself to look in a mirror and really saw me. Beautiful, strong, amazing, because that's who I am. I started to fill my body with live foods and anything that wasn't natural. So I eliminated meat. I know we won't go too deep into that one. I eliminated dairy and I eliminated gluten. And I don't tell anybody to do this. I only advise them to what works for me. And if it feels right for them, then do it. But you'll see amazing changes. I lost 10 kgs within 2 months of doing this. And it wasn't a diet, it was a healthy lifestyle. And I've slowly started eating meat again recently because my body wants it. And I don't deprive myself of things that my body wants. Then I stopped restricting myself from everything. If I wanted something, I took action and I ate it. And I drank it with no guilt because I held on to so much guilt and I stopped being guilty. And if I didn't know something, I asked God to show me, and He did. I trusted in Him with everything. And one word I never understood was surrender, but I surrendered totally. I threw my life into His hands, and He answered my prayers. So these are the steps to better health. If you follow these steps, and there's a few more, but just these simple ones will help you to come out of whatever situation or problem or challenge you're facing. So next slide. In April, remember I wasn't a life coach. In April, I qualified as a life coach and an NLP practitioner. So whenever I'm talking to somebody, I'm actually coaching you don't realize. And my vision on how I can help others became more clear because now I had the qualification and the tools, but mostly I had the experience. So no one can come to me and say, you don't know this. And I was like, yes, I do. I've been there. I may not feel what you're feeling in your shoes, but I've been there, so I can help you. 12th of May, I joined Toastmasters to help me improve my communication, public speaking skills, but it doesn't look like I really need it, does it? And in 26th of May, which was last Saturday, I launched Free2embraceme health and wellbeing movement, which includes a lot of things, but the one thing I want to mention that it includes is a program called, a movement called Africa's Movement, which is a mixture, and you won't believe this, of yoga, meditation, mindfulness, bodyweight training, functional training, flexibility, mobility, everything that the body needs to tone and feel its best. And it's about feeling, not looking, feeling your best. And I do that through Afrobeats music, Kizomba music, gospel music, spiritual music, and women who've overcome challenges in their lives, because I want my clients to hear the words, feel the words, and see the transformation. Because music and words and spiritual words will heal you as it did for me. So I will do yoga to gospel. I will do yoga to Afro beats, and I'll do yoga to... Unfortunately, we don't have time for a demonstration today. I'm going to show you something real soon. So Free to Embrace was good. So the only things I'm going to say now, I wrote really quickly, is that you have everything you need to be the best that you can be. You are your own limitation. No one else can limit you but yourself. Never give up on your dreams. See why I'm standing here, wearing this blue dress, and the way I look? I already visualized this way before it happened. This was my vision. I didn't realize till the other day that I was like, oh my God, I've got the blue dress. Oh my God, my hair's natural now, it's no longer relaxed. And oh my God, I've got the shoes and everything. But I didn't think when I was buying it, but my vision was so clear because I knew how my hair would look, I knew what I'd be wearing, and I knew that I'd be here with all of you guys. And I know that the next step will be, I'll be in a room surrounded by thousands of women, because that's my next vision. So have faith that no matter what, the light will always shine out the darkness. Darkness doesn't last for very long. It's everything in darkness is temporary. There's an opposite to everything that you experience. If you be in darkness, the light will come. Just have patience. Always be true to who you are. Embrace you and embrace your own unique gift. That's what we are here for. To embrace the unique gift that we all have inside of us. And one scripture from the Bible that said on a daily basis, and I'll still say it now, before I begin my prayer, God is within her, she will not fall. He will help at break of day. Just remember that. So next slide, and we'll be wrapping up. Free to Embrace Me, Health and Wellbeing Movement begins next week, 5th of June, and runs until August. I'm based in East London area, Barking, if anybody wants to hear me. So I'm just going to play a short video on YouTube about what the movement actually is. Hopefully we'll get some sound. You don't have time to jump up and down because it's only 1 minute, but hopefully it's something. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for listening. I hope I didn't take too much of your time.